This is not for you. This isn't for you. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me More. We have a few stories to talk about. Nothing too crazy. They're pretty mellow. If you have a story you want to submit, go ahead and send an email. I put my email down in the description bar below. Please excuse my appearance. I can't because the fire is going on. The Santa Ana winds was yesterday and I have terrible allergies, and so when I woke up this morning I was sneezing and my eyes were puffy and I just couldn't get myself to sit down and put on makeup because it just wasn't it. So I thought, I'm going to sit here and look comfy and put on a sweatshirt and put my hair in a bun and just kind of sit and chit chat with you guys. I hope you guys are safe. I know fires happened yesterday. I know it also happened in Orange County, which is very close to home. So yeah, I hope you guys are being safe and drink lots of water because the air quality is just terrible, and stay indoors. And if you have one, you should turn on your little air freshener thing. Not air freshener, like what is that? Like an air filter kind of thing? I have one. It's from TheraPure, I think it is. I'm trying to look at it. But I turn it on every night and it kind of refreshes the air and like filters it so that it gives you fresh air. As you can hear, there is a street sweeper outside. I'm right by the window. I have it closed and I'm pretty sure they're almost done. But just in case you do hear them, don't mind them. They're doing their job. I'm doing my job. We're all good. It's fine. But without further ado, let's just head right into it. First story is, hey Michelle, so I met this guy online through a Discord server. We're both in for a game we play. Immediately off the bat, something about him and the way he talked on the server attracted me to him. We didn't DM each other until maybe a month after the server was made. Since then, we've been talking every day about anything and everything. There has been some on and off flirting on both ends, which gave me that fuzzy feeling that I haven't felt in so long. I live in Los Angeles and he lives in San Diego. This is the first time I'm attracted to a guy that I've never known in person before. It's foreign to me. Another thing, aside from being 1.5 hours apart, is he's 4 years younger than me. I'm 28 and he's 24. I can't tell if he's just messing around with me because we're only talking online, or if there is a genuine attraction from him too. He asked to add me on Snapchat and we did so this morning. But the conversation has gone down the dirty side since. It's come up before in the Discord DMs, but this morning he sent me a picture of him holding himself because I had told him I was getting ready after my shower. I'm racking my brains around and around wondering if this is something actually serious or if it's just another fuckboy kind of situation. Can I get your opinion? Thank you for taking the time to read this. Love you. Appreciate all you have done and posted for us in the past and will continue to do in the future. Thank you. I'm sorry if the tripod is moving because Clementine chooses to always sit right in front where the tripod leg is and she will not sit anywhere else. But anyways, back to the story. So for me personally, when I ever first got into a dating app, which was like 5 years ago, oh, maybe even 6 years ago, I don't even know. When I first got on it, I thought when a guy asked me for my Snapchat, it was so like cute and personal because he wanted to take our conversations and bring it elsewhere. But then I quickly realized that guys are interesting. I feel like over the years, like when a guy asks me for my Snapchat, I automatically assume all you want is pictures because eventually it always got there. And I'm like, how did you turn that around and it got there? And so a lot of the times when I'm on dating apps and a guy asks me for a Snapchat right away, I'm kind of like, eh, and so I stop talking to them. Because I'm like, if you don't have the decency to ask me for my number or give me your number for like a personal connection, like where I can talk to you over text or over the phone or FaceTime you, then I'm just like, I'm not attracted to you. Like, it doesn't, you know, like, I don't know. Like, if you want to see someone, then go see them. Like, go make a date, like exchange phone numbers and be like, hey, let's go for coffee or let's go to the beach or whatever the case may be. Like, but that's also personal experience. Because I have that experience with Snapchat, I personally don't like it. But those of you who have used Snapchat and you're like, oh, that's how I ended up dating my boyfriend, then that's great. But it's like, because I have a personal bias with Snapchat, I feel like I can't give my full, you know, like, but you were saying how the conversation has gone down the dirty side since. This morning he sent me a picture of him holding himself because I told him that I was getting ready after my shower. I am racking my brain around and around wondering if this is something actually serious or if it's just another fuckboy kind of situation. Can I get your opinion? Okay, so here's my first thought. If you're saying, okay, here's my first thought. My first thought is, are you allowing it to go there? And what I mean by that is, sometimes I've made the mistake of allowing it to enter that stage where he thinks it's okay to talk dirty, but then I realize he does it and I'm like, oh, okay, just kidding. Like, no, wait a minute. You can't be like, oh, he only wants to talk about like dirty things. It's a guy thing. Like, when you're horny, that's all you want to talk about. So I understand it, but if you allowed it, that's kind of all he sees you as. Unless you make your boundaries straight and he still wants to talk to you, then that's great. But if you allow it and that's the only thing you guys are talking about, it's pretty much not gonna change because that's how he pictures you and imagines you now. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't think you'll actually ever know if it's something serious to him until you ask them. Like, for me, when I'm talking to someone, I've changed so much from when I was younger to now. I feel like when I was younger, I just kind of allowed guys to kind of lead the way and was like, oh, you know, like, because I was so scared of like standing my ground. But nowadays, I feel like when I'm on a dating app, which I haven't been on one, as of now, I feel like I'm very straightforward. I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. This is the, I feel like back then I was very like, oh, like I'm just going with the flow so that like the guy wouldn't think that I'm serious so that he wouldn't run. But now I'm like, fuck it. I'm looking for something serious. So what do you want to do? Kind of situation. So I feel like in this situation, there needs to be like a set boundary. Like, are you guys gonna meet? Is this gonna stay over Snapchat? Like, what's going on, you know? Because I am assuming the way you wrote it is you don't sound uncomfortable with it. You're just more so curious if this is something serious or if this is a joke to him. So I think you need to ask him if you're still even talking. I would ask him, I'd be like, so is this just for fun? Or like, is we gonna meet? Is we gonna move past pictures? I don't want to say like, oh, he's a fuckboy, because I don't know. I don't know. He could be, this whole thing could be an act because he always gets hurt, so he wants to keep it casual. But there's no way of knowing until you tell him these concerns, or if you even want anything else. Like, do you even want a relationship? Do you even want to talk to him and like be friends with him? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I think you should figure out what you want before so that you can tell him like, I don't want this and I want this, but I don't want this. I don't know why I'm getting this feeling that you're kind of concerned about his age. I wouldn't say age defines anything, but at the same time, I do know by fact that men, boys, males, mature slower than, that's just stats. However, people mature differently depending on how they grew up. So if you had to grow up in a situation where it's like something happened so you had to grow up faster, then obviously, you know, the situation is different. However, statistically, by fact, men usually mature slower. So I'm not saying that he's not mature, and I'm not saying that you can't date someone younger. You can do whatever the frick you want. But I don't know where his headspace is. Like, I would just say get to learn and like get to know him. Okay, on to this second story. Hi Michelle, longtime fan here. Thank you for doing these videos and keeping it raw and real as fuck. I'm 22 and I recently graduated and have been trying to get a job, but I have heard nothing and I was losing hope. Recently, my friend has offered me a full-time job with great benefits, and it would be the biggest step in my career. The job itself is great, but the catch is I would have to move and be away from my boyfriend, friends, and family. The job also requires me to work weekends and nights as well, so I know this is going to affect my relationship with my boyfriend. I'm not sure how he would react and if long distance would work. He works full-time and is only free on the weekends. Moving out of the city has been a dream of mine since forever, and I want to experience more and learn how to be independent. However, I'm afraid of being alone for too long and being distant from the people around me. This job is definitely long-term, and I have to commit for a couple years at least. Naturally, I am introverted and enjoy being by myself, but I need some sort of balance. This opportunity is scary and will require many changes in my life, but I think it will be good for me. Any advice on what I should do? As a friend, I don't know what to say really, because moving away from your boyfriend, family, and friends is really hard. Like really hard. And you mentioned it's long distance, but I don't know what you mean by long distance. Long distance as in a couple miles, or like just a little bit of a commute, or like across the country. I'm not too sure. But because you're saying I'm not sure how he would react if it was long distance, then I'm assuming it's long enough distance where like he can't necessarily, I don't know. Anyways, as a friend, I would personally say you should do it. You're 22. 22? Yes. 22, you're young, you have a whole life ahead of you. So, I'm trying to think if I would do it. And trust me, and I am a very no change kind of person. But the way you wrote your email seems so like, I've really wanted this. I want to do it. You've been looking for a job and this opportunity came up and it's a full-time job. You like it. Sounds like a lot of work, I will say that. However, I do think it's very important to communicate with your boyfriend. He should be happy for you regardless. And obviously your family and friends aren't going anywhere. You can still talk to them as well. But with the whole relationship aspect of it, I can understand why it would be really hard for him. But at the end of the day, it is your life. And even though you share your life with him, and we're hoping obviously he's the one, but you know, if it weren't to work out, you don't want to miss out on a job opportunity that got you to experience being a independent woman and being out of the city. It sounds like you really, really want it. You're just really scared about the whole thing, which long distance works. And you never know, he could eventually move with you later on down the line. And you guys could live wherever you are and he could get a job. You never know. So I would definitely communicate with him and see how he feels about it. I don't think he should ever make you feel like you shouldn't take the job because it's long distance. Because if anything, he should be happy for you and want that for you. I know long distance is very hard. I just don't, like, if it's a very important decision for you and you're really scared of how he will react, I think you should talk about it with him. Okay, the third story is, hi Michelle, I love your Tell Me More series and I love your channel. Watching your videos, I can see that you hold great value in friendships. I also love watching you and Kim. I wanted to ask you how you create a close friendship with girls or look for friends. I'm 23 years old and I am in my 4th year of college. I am struggling to find my close girlfriends. I do have a group of girls that are my friends. I have known them for more than 5 years, but I have never gotten close to any of them. I've realized that part of it was also my fault for not opening up to them and talking to them. I am a huge introvert and I'm not talkative, but I do want girlfriends. Now, I know that I have to put in effort as well, but now I feel like it's too late to build a close friendship with my group of girls because some of the girls are really close and you can tell that their energy and vibes match each other very well, which is totally fine. But it also sucks to see the group of girls hanging out with each other and not invite me at the same time. I don't blame them because I am not close to them. I am also a homebody. I am also slowly making progress in building a better friendship with them, but at the same time, I feel like our vibes are off. They are a great group of girls to have fun with and stuff, but our values and interests are not the same, which I know they don't need to match me. I respect their values and interests, but for some reason, I just have a difficult time trying to bond with them. I pretty much know all the girls in my city within my ethnicity, which is small, so I'm not sure how to go on finding friends who are girls that are more compatible with me. I want to try to find a group of girls or a BFF I can relate to and connect with. I am also the only daughter, so I love your series because I feel like an older sister is giving me advice. So I would love to know your options and advices. Thank you so much. Love you. Love you. I've gotten this question quite a lot, kind of in the same like category about like how to find friends. And I can't really say like there is no formula to finding friends, I feel like. All I can really say is, well, one, you've stated that you're very introverted. And I think one of the things is you do really need to put yourself out there and you need to be open enough. Not open. You can be private, but open at the same time. And be able to meet someone who's kind of similar to who you are. There is really no formula. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like the ways that I became friends with people. I am kind of aggressive when it comes to friendships, I would say. Like, when I like someone or I like their vibe or I want to be friends with someone, I'm pretty much like, okay, like, hi, I'm here, let's be friends. Sounds like your group of girlfriends are more like surface level. It's not, you're trying to find like the deep connection. I would honestly say you need to put yourself out there, be more outgoing, be willing to talk to new people, which is hard. It's not always the easiest thing. But I also don't want you to think that just because these girls have each other that you're not able to start a new bond. I know you've stated that they don't have the same vibe as you, but people change also with other people. I feel like what I'm trying to say is if you've ever hung out with them individually, they could act differently than when they're together. And so I would try to match your vibe individually rather than like trying to put yourself into the group of girls. You're still in college, which is a great place to meet people. I met Kim in college, so I think that you could potentially still meet a friend. And remember, people want to get to know you and want to share their stories when you share your stories. I love it when I hear from you guys, and I love being able to share your stories so that other people feel like they're not alone. And I love that it gives me an opportunity to share my stories as well, and that way you guys can learn more about me. I feel like this episode was pretty calm. I really liked it, just being able to kind of put out stories. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it, whether it's story 1, 2, or 3. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!